Remember, you can pause anytime you need. 可以随时按下暂停键。Make sure have your tools ready.
Okay, today we are going to do about how can we taking care of our planet. We only have one Earth, so which means we have to take a very good care of our planet, right? So how can we do that? So first, we are going to write something and I'm helping you to create a nice poster to tell people how can we taking care of our planet. Okay, so we learn about the bubble letters, right? So I want to write love. How can you spell the love? L-O-V-E. Okay, we just write this down. Then we can do the bubble later after. Okay, so we just write the love down. Then we have to write Earth, the planets we are living. Okay, so it's E-A-R-T-H. Okay, so you can have your marker. So I'm going to get something big because this is the title of the drawing. So I want my letters pops out and very strong to tell people love Earth. Okay, so I'm going to start to design my bubble letter. So again, you can design your own bubble letters. Okay, so I'm going to have my bubble letter looks like this, a little bit cute. I want to change my letter O into a heart shape. Okay, and the V and the E. Okay, no rush. Take your time to think about it. So what kind of bubble letter you wanna make? Does the letter looks like a balloon? Does the letter looks shiny? Or does the letter looks like 3D shape? Okay, and when you finish the love, you can move on to do the Earth. Okay. Take your time. No rush. Good art always takes time, okay? So don't be rushed. I want to see something looks really nice. So, how do you love the Earth? How do you taking care of the Earth? Okay, so I have 3 main ideas, and maybe you can come up more. Okay, so I'm going to tell first, then you have to think after. Okay, so the first thing I think about is reduce. So reduce means we have to use less stuff. Like we reduce the garbage. That is one way to love the earth, right? We use less garbage and put less garbage into the trash. Then that is the good way to love the earth, right? And reuse. What do I mean by reuse? So something that we can use it again. For example, the shopping bag. I can reuse the shopping bag for many times, right? I'm not going to use it for once and put that in the trash bin. And another example, the package box. I can reuse the package box to become my storage box, right? So after I got my package, I can keep the box to use the box to making something else. So that is reuse. And the last one I was thinking about is recycle. Okay, so we can recycle the dry marker to the company, the marker company, and they will recycle the markers, and they will use the marker to do something else, some like the material that we can use. Okay, so like the paper, we can recycle the paper, and the paper can be recycled, and they will put that into the machine, and they can make something new paper for us. So that is the recycle. So the way I love my earth is reduce the waste, reuse the object that we can have, recycle the thing that can be new material for the futures. And how do you think? How can you love the earth? Maybe plant more trees. Maybe don't waste the water. Maybe we can walk more and don't drive too many. So I believe you have more idea to love the planet. So I give you some time to think about it. Then we were going to use the pencil to draw our ideas. Okay, so we start with the pencils in case we make the mistake, right? I want you to draw 6 different items, 6 different graphics that presents the way you love the planet. Okay, so I'm doing mine, and if you have something better, I want you to add your own idea. Okay, so reduce. I was thinking about reduce the water. Every time we wash the hands, right? Were you able to turn off the water when you're done with wash the hand, or you just waste the water until someone else to come to close it? Okay, so I reduce the water, so I put the water drop, right? And I taking a bike instead to driving my car. So I'm going to do a bicycle. Or you can do a bus. So we can take bus instead we are driving, right? And what else you think? Okay, and reuse. I reuse the box. So I put a box. And I want to plant the tree. Before the tree, there are the baby. Okay, and I have to put the recycle, like the plexi bottle, like tin cans, paper, dry markers. Okay, I have to put it in the recycle bin, not the trash bin. Okay, so recycle bin, they always have a triangle arrows around. So we know that is the recycle bin. Okay, so if you want to tell people that's a recycle, so you should see the mark looks like this. Okay, what else you think about? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. Okay, I need to see 6 of them. So let's think together. Maybe I have to get my own shopping bag instead to using a plexi bag, right? The plexi bag cannot be recycled and it will become the waste. And do you know what? If the plexi bag go through the oceans, the sea turtle might think that is the jellyfish and they're gonna eat it. And it will be sad if the turtle eating the plexi bag and they will get sick and there's no doctor to heal them, then they will die at the end. So I'm going to prepare my own shopping bag. I'm not using the plexi bag to saving, to love the earth. And what else? I'm going to prepare my drinking bottle. So I don't need to buy the plexi bottle from the supermarket, right? Because I got my drinking bottle. So that's the one way that we can take care of the planet, right? So I want to do lots of hearts as the background.
Okay, before you start to tracing, we have to know about the lightweight. So that's my thick marker. So you have to trace it with something big or something huge. Okay, and I'm going to trace with my fine marker. It's very common marker that you use at home. I usually trace it with a medium size stuff. Okay, for something medium. And I have the thin marker, it's just like the needle. Okay, so that is helping me to trace something super tiny. But what if you don't have the thin marker? No worry, you can use the pencil crayon to trace. It looks like the thin marker as well. So I trace that for something teeny, for something small. So I'm tracing with the thin markers or pencil crayon because I want people to look at my title, right? And my small items, they are small and tiny, so which means I have to trace it then with a small marker or pencil crayon, right? So the line is not going to glue together. So I'm going to use the thin marker to trace. It is the thin markers. So I can do more detail for my items. So when you're tracing, you have to be very careful. You have to be very patient, and you have to understand which one you really need to trace and which part that you don't have to, and that is the pencil that you don't need it and you forget to erase. Okay, so when you trace, you have to understand which one is the final one, and I want to show people that, and which line is that I don't really need. I just do it by accident. So when you trace, you have to be careful. Okay, clarify all the line that you really need. Small area, small markers. Big areas, big markers. Okay, no rush. No rush again. If you make the mistake with the markers, with your tracing markers, it is very hard for you to fix it. Okay, so in case that situation happen, so you have to be more patient.
Okay, so when you're done with the tracing, that's wait for a minute until the tracing marker is totally dried on your paper. Okay, because sometimes when you trace with the marker and you just erase it without any minutes and the ink is not dry, and the ink will go over away from the eraser. Okay, so sometimes when we trace and finish tracing, you have to wait about a minute until the ink is totally dried, then you can erase after. Okay, so I'm going to start to erase because I already wait for a minute, so I can start to erase. So try to erase all the pencil line that we don't need it. Be gentle, don't break your paper, okay? Be gentle. Okay, so you can start to color and using any color, but before you color you have to know. So when I say solid, do I mean the color looks like that? No, I would say that is scribbling. I have the color outside the shape and the line looks messy, so that is not a solid color, right? It is scribbling. So I would say no, it's not. Okay, so can I color the color looks like this? I have the color knife, so I keep the color inside the shape. But can I say that's a solid color? Quite close. But see here, we have a few white spots. So which means it's not the solid color. So I will put the, no, not this. So when I mean solid color, this means I have a full color inside the shape. There's no white space. There's no color outside the shape. And it looks smooth, clean, no rush, okay? And no white space. And it looks just right. Okay, you have to look, the color looks like this. And I would say, yes, this is the solid color we are looking for. Okay, and the result will look like this on your joint. All the color looks clean and all the small area got their own color. Nothing come out with the shape and there's no white space in between the colors. Okay, so you have to keep the color solid. So which means there's no white space. You can color with the markers, pencil crayons, or crayons. But whatever which one you are using, keep the color clean, neat, and solid. No one should scribbling on your joint, okay? No one should scribbling on your joint. Take the time and get the color looks nicely.
So if you could, you can practice a little bit dark, medium, and light if you know how to. But otherwise, solid color is good enough. Okay, try to keep the color clean and neat, and keep all the color inside the shape. There's no white space in between the color. Solid, no scribblings. I can switch the color to make my drawing looks colorful, okay? So try to switch the color very often, okay? So one area, one color, but we have lots of small space, right? So you can change the color into different color. But one area, one color. Okay, don't forget to switch the color. Okay, so different area, different colors. So that can make your poster make more attention, right? So if your color is too few and so plain, people might think this poster looks a little bit boring. I don't want to make my poster looks like boring poster. So I try to keep the color as many as I want to, so I can catch more eyeball from people. Be patient, keep the color nicely. No rush, we have lots of things, but it will look good at the end, okay? No rush. Keep the color inside the shape. Sweep the color very open. Okay, swish the color very open. Okay, don't be lazy just holding one pencil crayon to color add everywhere. Try to use as much as you can. Even the small area, they can get their own color. So don't cover it by the single color. If you have something tiny, small, they deserve to have their own color, right? Just be fair for every single thing on your drawing. Even they are tiny and small, they deserve to have their own color. Okay, so when you finish, you have to double check. Do I have anything missing? Or do I forget somewhere to color? Or do I have the color look scribbling so I have to color it again? Or I have the white spots in between the color? If you check everything and everything looks perfect, now you finish your art and you're the artist, you have to sign your name just like the artist and write down the date for today.
When you complete your drawing, sign the name and write down the date. 完成画作之后，签下你的名字，更写上日期。Don't forget to take a photo of your drawing and send it to us. 不要忘记帮你的作品拍上照片寄给我们哦。And don't forget to clean out the table before you go. 不要忘记清洁你的桌子哦。Bye bye, see you next time.